Hey, thanks for coming into the Real Estate Minute Show. You thinking about relocating to another state from California specifically? There's a lot to know besides just movers and turning the utilities on in the new house in the new state. Two things I want to talk to you about in the show right now today, and that is establishing residency in the new state that you're leaving California for, and two, income tax problems in relocating from California to where you're going to go. And this is if you're selling your house or contemplating selling your house, and we'll get to that in one sec. Thanks for coming in today. Welcome into the show. Thank you for a few minutes of your time today. So we're just going to hit those two issues, like I said in the intro, and that is establishing residency and income tax issues in relocating from California to another state in the nation. Okay, a lot of people are migrating out of California. Some of the politicians say that's not happening. It absolutely is. California lost a seat. It went from 55 to 54, okay, in Congress for a reason, because they lost people, okay? That happens during the census. No harm against California, it's just the facts. And if you're one of those people, Michelle and I personally bought a house outside North Carolina a little while ago, just because my girls are going to be out there and I have to be close to my girls at some point. So we have a team here in LA, and then we have a team over there that we're building real estate. That's our plan. But in doing that, I did a lot of research, and I don't know all the facts here. They have lawyers that handle this kind of stuff. It's not necessarily my area. This is just a guy who's a real estate broker here sharing some information with you because you might be dealing with the same thing, and I don't want you to miss something because this can get real expensive. So you're moving, you decide to move, you put your house on the market, hopefully with me, and you find a new house and a broker in the new state, let's say North Carolina where I'm going, and you're all excited. The first thing you call is the movers, what utilities, changing those over, and things like that, right? The very common type stuff in moving. Well, don't forget, and that's what this show's about. It's only two things I want to talk about. How do you establish residency in that new state? Okay, because you get all the perks and benefits of that state if you're a resident. Plus, how does that affect your not property taxes, your income taxes? Cut. And how does that affect your income taxes in California and the new state? Okay. Well, it's in North Carolina, for instance, and a lot of states are like this. Some state may be different, so check online for yours. But generally, I find a lot of states, because we've moved a lot of clients out, Tennessee, Texas, Connecticut, Idaho, Minnesota. People are moving everywhere. I mean, it's just all over the place. But a lot of states seem to be facts and circumstances to establish residency. There's no real form you fill out and say, I'm a resident now, sign here, and you send it in. Resident, no. They look at big issues, small issues, and tiny issues to determine if you are making this your permanent residence and showing signs of doing so. It's called facts and circumstances, okay? Buying or renting a home there is a huge chunk of this. If you're doing that, excellent. Then you get into kind of the mediocre stuff, like changing utility bills over into your name, changing mailing addresses, letting the IRS and the state that you came out of, California, and the new state you're going in, letting those tax bureaus know that this is my new address in the new state. Social Security, letting the Social Security department know. Utility bills, like I mentioned, all your bills, magazine subscriptions, tiny things that they look at are going to the new home in the new state. Gyms. Did you join a gym in the new state? Did you join a temple, synagogue, mosque, something, a religious organization? Have you joined any professional organizations? Have bank accounts opened? Entities, new companies that you've formed, are they opened in the new state? All of that stuff shows that you're a resident of that state. Great. Okay? Go online to your state and just Google, what is it to be a resident of Idaho, of Texas, and it'll show you. But I want you to pay attention to that. The second issue is income tax. Okay, California is the most aggressive state in the nation about grabbing people wherever they went and grabbing tax from them. Okay, no matter what, if they spent a day in California that year or they spent the whole year in California. California is notorious for doing so. They have people in departments that just do that. So the sooner you establish residency in the new state, the sooner you can overcome that letter when you get it in the mail, because you will. California will grab your tires on the way while you're driving out of town to try to get you, okay? That's just what they do, and they're known throughout the nation to do so. So I don't want you to get stuck in a situation where you move to North Carolina and you can pay 10% tax in California and you pay another 5 in North Carolina because both think they deserve it, because we're a resident of both during certain times. So the sooner, again, you can establish residency with the first part of this show, the better argument you have for later. So for instance, I'm coming in I'm going to spend all year here. Next year, I'll probably spend half the year coming and going, and I'm going to have a tax problem. I already know it. So if you're planning on doing a back and forth, you're going to have a tax issue potentially because you generated some income here in California and you generated some in North Carolina, and both states might want just grab a piece of your ass. So just be careful of that. Try to structure around it. Try to get to be residency as soon as possible to avoid all that. All right? Good luck with your move, and if you are moving or thinking about moving, just more stuff to think about, just more stuff to check off. But I want you to be careful about those two issues, okay? So you don't lose money and time. We'll see you next week on the show. Thanks for tuning in.